They worked. That's the part that makes this so confusing. For a while, the supplements actually worked. You had more energy, you felt sharper, you felt better, you slept better, and that one nagging symptom like finally began to ease up. You were there, you thought like, oh, okay, finally something. And then slowly it stopped. The same supplement, the same dose, the same everything. And it just quit working. So you did the reasonable thing. You added another one. And maybe that one worked for a little while too. And then it faded. And now you've got a cabinet, a whole shelf, a drawer, a basket on the counter full of bottles you spent real money on. Half of them you're not even sure you're still taking, and none of them are actually doing what they did at the start. And then there's this quiet frustration underneath. And maybe it's a little bit of an embarrassment that you've spent hundreds, thousands, and you still feel the way that you feel. If that's you, you're not doing it wrong and you're definitely not crazy. There's a real reason why supplements might work for a while and then stop. And once you understand it, the whole cabinet is going to make sense. So stay tuned and be sure, go ahead, click that subscribe button and give us a like on the video and let's jump in. So let me say this clearly because I think you've been a little bit hard on yourself about it. The fact that they stopped working is not proof that you wasted money. It is not proof that nothing works for me, which is a story a lot of women start telling themselves by, bottle number 15. It's not a verdict on you at all, okay? The supplement working and then stopping is actually your body telling you something useful. It's information. You see, you were never taught how to read it. So let's read it together because I've spent, more than 20 years now doing exactly this. And this particular pattern is one that I can explain to you in my sleep. So here's what actually happened. And it's simpler than you might think. Think of your body like a bucket with a bunch of holes in it, okay? When you take a supplement that your body is genuinely low in, you're pouring water in, and for a while that level comes up and you feel it. That's the it worked phase. The real part, right? It's you weren't imagining what was happening. You weren't imagining that it was getting better, but if you're filling that bucket, okay, and you never plug the holes that are in the bucket, if the reason that you were depleted in the first place is actually still happening, still running in the background, then two things occur. One, that particular need never gets met. Okay, so you're topping it off further and further and further. It doesn't do much because you feel that you'd fill that hole, right? And number two, the water keeps pouring out of the holes. So if those holes aren't filled, it doesn't matter how much you keep topping it off, the water is still pouring out the holes that you never addressed. So then you chase the next low spot and the next bottle and the next. And the whole time, the actual holes, the reason why your body's running low, they're like still wide open. This is what drives me crazy because I'll have clients who come in and get started with me in my practice at South Bay Wellness. And they're like, hey, I got this closet full of supplements. And I'm like, well, do we actually know what they're for? Are they actually getting to the underlying root cause? Are we band-aiding something? Or are we actually getting to the real reason why the issue is occurring in the first place? So, that's the cabinet. Every bottle in it is you, right? Correctly sensing that there is a low spot and you're trying to fill it. And of course, you're scrolling Instagram and social media and looking for all the things to make whatever symptom feel better. And maybe you're reading your body right about the symptoms, but what nobody told you is that supplements fill holes, yes, but they don't plug them. You can't buy a random supplement and expect it to actually plug the hole. And the problem is, if you don't plug the holes, you'll be filling that bucket over and over and over again for the rest of your life. So we have to ask, why are the holes there then? Why does your body keep running low no matter how much it is that you pour in? And here's the piece that ties it together. When your body has been in its protective, braced state for a long time, when it believes like it has to stay ready, 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 it changes how it uses everything that you give it. So it burns through certain nutrients faster because it's running in emergency mode. And running in emergency mode is expensive. It doesn't absorb well, right? Because your digestion, for example, is one of the first things that when your body's in that like go, go, go mode, your digestion is one of the first things that gets turned down. And it's not a priority. If you're facing a threat, your digestion is not a priority. And so it holds tightly onto some things, right? Your body is holding some things and it's dumping others based upon what it thinks it needs in order to survive, not what it needs to thrive, right? It's not even an issue. If you can't survive, we're not even thinking about thriving. So you can continue to pour the highest quality supplement in the world into your body, but when it's stuck in that state, it will not use it the way that it should. And it's not the supplement's fault. It's not your fault. It's that the body's underneath is in this mode where it can't make good use of the things that you're actually giving it. And this is the heart of how I work with the body-led method, because we don't just keep chasing one more nutrient. We ask, why is the body burning through them? And why is the body refusing to absorb and utilize them in the first place? And then we make sure that we're giving the body exactly what the body needs. That's the foundation of the very specialized kinesiologic testing I use in my practice that I've developed over the last 20 years. You see, when you settle those underlying issues, something remarkable happens, okay? The supplements that you're taking, they start working again. Same bottles, suddenly effective because now there's a body that can actually utilize them, okay? So it's the same thing with your diet, right? You can have the best diet in the world, take the best supplements in the world, but if your body is in that state, your body's going to have a hard time utilizing those things. Now, there's a second reason that supplements stop working or never really worked. And I have to be honest with you about it because most people won't be, okay? A lot of what's sold out there is not what the label says. The dose is too low to do anything. The form is one your body can barely use, or the active ingredient is barely present, or it's a synthetic ingredient, or it's not of the highest quality. Most of the supplement industry, it's like the wild, wild west of garbage. I don't have any other way to say it. And now you can scroll social media. Everyone's got the next best supplement, and most of them are garbage. Oh, we vet our supplements incredibly in our practice because we have to. And, it just requires ongoing. And even what we trusted one day, maybe we can't trust the next day. So it is like the wild, wild west. But anyway, you can take something faithfully for months and get nothing. And it's not because your body failed, but because there was almost nothing in the capsule to begin with. So you actually have to have the right things that your body can use. So you got to get your body into the state where it can use it. And then you've got to give your body the right things that it can use. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you which specific supplement to go run out and buy. That's honestly not how it works. So when you see those all over the place, buyer beware. Your hormones are in balance. Go buy this. It's going to fix everything. You don't work that way. Okay. Anyone promising you a magic bottle over the internet is selling you something. I promise. So what's right for you depends on you. And ideally, someone actually who is looking at your health history, someone who's actually, with the kinesiologic testing, we're having a conversation with your body on what your body needs. And what I can tell you is that quality and form and dose matter enormously, right? I don't just tell my clients, oh, go take a vitamin D. I tell them exactly how much and which brand, because not all vitamin Ds are created equal. And that will make the difference between whether they get a result or not, right? And then, of course, if you're buying supplements off of Amazon, stop. Those nutrients are actually degraded from all of the scanning that those supplements have gone through. So you're never going to get the same results that you would actually expect, even if you have a professional grade product, right? So be careful of what you're getting in terms of that. So a lot of times I'll have clients say, I tried tyrosine and it worked. It worked, or it did nothing. And there's a reason why those different things happen. So there's one more thing I want to name today, because I watch smart, capable women fall into it constantly, and it makes everything worse instead of better. When a supplement stops working, the instinct is take more of that one, add another, stack a third on top of it, quick scroll or search or chat GPT. What is the next best thing that you can take? And I understand it. Like, maybe you felt something from something once, and now you're chasing that feeling again, and more feels like the logical move. But here's what actually happens. Your body is a system of balance. And when you flood it with high doses of one thing, you could actually push down something else it needs, right? Your body is super dynamic. And I'll tell you, because I design very specialized supplement protocols for our clients, where it is about all the different pieces and how they fit together. So you can correct one low spot and quietly end up creating another one. So now you feel a new symptom, and what do? You add another bottle for that one. And around that cycle goes. So this is why it's so important to actually have that balance. I had women come to me, taking 20, 25 different supplements a day, spending a fortune, feeling worse than they felt when they had a cabinet of 5, because the pile itself became the problem, right? More is not more, especially when you're taking things that are not what is designed for your body or what your body needs, or they're loaded with excipients like magnesium stearate and microcrystalline cellulose and stearic acid and food dyes and all of this other stuff. So with your body, more can sometimes be noise that actually starts drowning out the signal. No different than a medication, right? When we take a pharmaceutical medication, it doesn't get to the underlying root cause. It's typically kind of just band-aiding a symptom and what's occurring. So the goal is never a bigger pile. The goal is to get your body to a place where it needs a smaller one, and to get there by asking, like, what's depleted? What does my body need? Not by just like pouring into a bucket with holes faster. Okay. So let me tell you where this goes. It goes both ways, because if nothing changes, the cabinet keeps growing, right? More bottles, more money, more of that quiet feeling of defeat that whispers, oh, nothing works for me, right? Which is true, but it starts to feel true like around bottle 20. But if you stop chasing the low spots and actually start settling what's happening underneath, the holes will start to close, and your body will again be able to start absorbing again. It stops like burning through everything just to stay upright and functioning. So, and here's the other thing I want to say, because you can get to that place that every woman wants, which is needing less, not more, because your body is finally doing things on its own again, right? Without having to have a whole ton of different things and to get through your day. So part of this, you guys, is you do need to regulate your nervous system, because if your nervous system is like this, first of all, you're burning through nutrients. When you are stressed out and your mind is going like, whoo, miles a minute, you are going to have an issue where you can't keep up with your nutrient load. And the more you start to fall apart in your nutrient load, the more your body has to compensate, then you end up having more nutrients. You know, I have some clients who come into my practice, and when they get started with me, like they have a larger supplement protocol because there's so much going on because they're in this hypervigilant stress state. Right? I always tell our clients, you want to bring your supplement protocol down. There's a couple of key things. Number one, get your nervous system intact. Because the minute your nervous system goes off, your body has more needs because now it's like in an emergency state. It makes sense. But number two, having that consistency to give your body the time to actually heal and repair. Number three, having that protocol of what it is very specifically that your body needs. So you're not throwing darts at the dartboard trying to hit the bullseye, but so that you're actually able to get a result, right? I mean, all of those things are really key and critical if you're going to actually fill the holes in the bucket and get your body feeling better in that state. So, of course, you guys, if you're looking for individualized protocols, want to get to the underlying root cause of what's happening with your body, go ahead and leave us a message. We will reach out to you. And then you can find us. One of the best places is to go to our website, www.southbaywellness.com. Reach out and get that support. But also, I have a free 21-day nervous system challenge where it is the first step, right? Get that nervous system in check. I will send you 2 emails a day, text them to you, right? For 3 weeks, little tasks that you can do to get yourself back in that quiet spot so those holes can actually begin to get filled up. So with that, you guys, if you've got a friend with a cabinet that looks just like yours, then you know her, send this to her as well. She probably needs to hear this too. And with that, this is Dr. Z. I'll see you next time.